Hey guys, Mike Moo here. Today we're going to take a look at one of the power banks that I will be traveling around with and also the docking station that is part of this package. Now, I've already been using the Anker Prime 27,650 milliamp hour power bank that you see over here. I've been using it for at least a couple of weeks now, and it's been quickly becoming one of my more favorite power banks. It's got some unique features, so we'll get into a little bit of that a little bit later. This is not a sponsored video. However, I am an affiliate, and so if you do get something like this from Anker or any of their Anker products, please use my link down below. That would really help it. I appreciate it. Those of you guys that aren't familiar with Anker, they are probably the #1 manufacturer of these mini small power banks and USB power supply units in the world. They're very well known here in the United States, of course, but these are all made in China and they all tend to be really high quality. I haven't found any Anker products that I've purchased within the past few years that I've been disappointed with. This one is the package that you can get. I think it was just a $60 difference to get this package that comes with one of these Anker Prime power banks. So you can see I now have two separate ones. Okay, so this is the bigger one. And then the one that comes in this package, unfortunately, is a little bit smaller. It is 20,000 milliamp hours, but you see the size-wise, it's not too big of a difference. This is the reason why I have both of these types, is that you can have the larger one or you can have the smaller one. Both of them are airplane compatible. Sometimes they don't need the full brick. These are a little bit weighty. They are batteries after all, and they're dense, but the features are very similar on both of these. So they all have the two USB-Cs, and one USB-A. What's different about these versus some of the other power banks is that you can actually plug in two USB-C charging plugs and adapters into here to charge this thing even faster. I believe it maxes out at 140 watts. Total output though, it can put out to 200 watts, which is super fast. So if you are traveling on the go and you want to be able to just plug in real quickly. This has 100 watts fast wireless recharging, and that's via these little pogo adapters down here. This is very similar to something like MagSafe, for instance, except there's no, the magnets are obviously aren't as strong. This is proprietary to Anker. In order to use this, you got to get the kit or buy the dock separately, and that's what I'm more excited about in this unboxing, because there's not a whole lot to say about the battery banks other than they work pretty well. Another thing with the power banks is it has a nice screen that lets you know what's going on. It's also Bluetooth app enabled. You can update firmware. These things have little microcomputers in there that monitor all the power coming in and out and adjust it appropriately. But also because it allows you to see statistics and do certain things via the app on the phone. And that's what makes it very useful for connected. If you got a power bank charging across the room, you don't want it too close to you, you want to see what's going on with it, whether or not your watch is done charging, etc. You get all the details right there on your phone. All right, so this is the dock. I have to say it's quite weighty. This feels substantially heavier and weightier than I was expecting. So this is something that maybe I might not travel with internationally because it's heavy. It feels really hefty, feels super well built. It's not something that's gonna move around. I have to question why they had to make it this weighty. Are they adding extra weights in there? I'm not sure. It's got the regular 8 style, I call it 8 style, 8 style AC club. So at least it is not proprietary like some of the other Anker products. But more importantly, it has this pogo right here that allows you to just stick the battery on there and it will start charging. It's actually magnetic, so it aligns itself pretty well. I have to say that is much needed if you're trying to line these things up like that. On the side, we have USB-A, and we got two USB-C plugs here. Unfortunately, this unit will only max out 100 watts, I believe, total. So if you stick this on here like that, and you're hoping to get more power out of these, it's going to more evenly distribute it. So it's going to charge your power bank a little bit slower and charge these up to a certain rate as well. So that's part of the IQ technology. You got the regular cable here. I believe this is a standard 6-foot long cable. These are pretty standard. You can buy these just about anywhere, any major or minor hardware store. So this is pretty standard. Nothing really special about this cable. And then down here, we have a little bit of literature, as well as a USB-C cable. All right, so we got a little USB-C cable. This will max out at 100 watts. This is not some of their best stuff. Anker sells better cables than these, but it's nice that they give you a cable. And then we have a bunch of user guides and manuals on here, as well as, cool, adhesive tape to attach the charging base to the table. So if you do want to permanently, semi-permanently mount this on your table, you stick this on the bottom of your unit. And I guess that makes sense because even though this is heavy, with the amount of magnetic power that is in here, look at that. When you lift it, it could potentially lift it off the table. So you got a little bit of sticky tape on here. Now, I have to say that I'm a little bit disappointed by the surface texture of this right here. It feels fine, it feels great, but I can see that this is gonna get scratched up, where it's just not gonna look great after a little while, after some use, if you're not super careful with it. I basically just opened it up and I was just demonstrating sticking it on and off, and I already see that it looks like it's getting a few marks on here. Now, I can just tell you that the amount of power that is coming out of these is all within specifications. Right, it's the one that comes with the kit, but you can get this one. This is the 27,000. I've been using this for a while now, and I really love that it charges super duper fast, right? The bigger one though, this one right here, the bigger one can put out 250 watts of power, so it does produce more power right away, but of course it is bigger. So, bigger and a little bit more pricier. So that's the two of them side by side. Let me demonstrate the app for you a little bit. Now, in order to get this to work, you got to download the Anker app. I believe it's called Anker Work. So now let me log in here real quickly. The reason why I had Anker Work is because I have the microphone kit. You don't use Anker Work. Anker Work is for their work line of products. That includes their microphones. In fact, it's just the Anker app. As you can see, I got two things on here. One of them is my power cooler, and that has worked out very well so far. It's a little bit big, but what do you expect? So for this, I got to press twice to enable the Bluetooth. And once I do that, then I can go ahead and connect. So now it is connecting. Hopefully, is it on? Oh, press twice to enable. I just turned it off because I was doing a demonstration here. Now it's on. Now it's going to attempt to connect. There's also a feature on here if you're within Bluetooth range. So you can see right now it's at 100%. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a screen recording here so you can see what I'm talking about. So it shows that it's at 100%. It doesn't show that it's outputting any power, inputting any power. You got the C1 as in the USB-C port number 1, USB-C port number 2. So let you know everything that's going on in and out of the unit. So for instance, it also has the real-time data and the temperature. It's all very important. If, for instance, you are super fast charging this in the bag, I do this sometimes when I'm in a library and it gets really hot in there, you're going to notice a few things. Okay, so to give you a little bit of warning and let you know what's going on, and you want to keep that within a safe temperature anyway. It'll tell you in the guide, but really if it becomes really too hot to touch, you're going to want to cool it down. Okay, so I have that in there right now, and as you can see, because I have so many battery packs, I haven't used that much, but look, I got a total input power of 810 watt hours and a total output hour of 618 watt hours. And I've only battery cycled the thing 6 times, all right, in my testing. So right now I have my Insta360 X3 plugged in here. Now, as you can see, the total output is only 1 watt, and that's from the C1 out. And from the app, it's telling me it's 5 volt, 0.2 amps out. This is very good information to know. Now, on top of that, we got the app on the bottom where you have the control section where you can choose. So for instance, if I had my laptop here and I want to know how much power I can get to the laptop and the capacity of it, I wish it had a database. But if you get that information about your MacBook and put that in there, it's going to let you know how many times you can charge your MacBook, or how many times you can charge your iPhone, or how many times you can charge anything. Just put in the milliamp hours here and help you calculate that to let you know roughly how much this is. Yes, we can all do simple math in our heads, but sometimes You're tired and you just don't know, is this thing at 50% going to be able to be good enough for the rest of my day? Or do I need to drop off at a cafe or something, get a quick little charge? So that useful stuff here. But more importantly, you can do, there's also one more thing. There's a find device option like an Apple AirTag. But again, you got to be in Bluetooth range, and the range only works when you are within proximity of your own phone with Anker connected to it. So it's not as useful as an AirTag, but the fact that it's already built in and good to go and it'll make a little bit of alarms, that's great. So look, I'm going to click start finding. I know it's right in front of me. You hear that beep? It just sounds like an alarm, and it will keep beeping for about 3 minutes at a time, assuming that's connected. So these are useful when you're traveling. You can choose find device and it beeps. They should have this for all battery packs. But hopefully all this stuff will trickle down. Now I see right now there's a sale going on for these. You can please use my link down below. You can check them out. There's two different ones, of course. There's the bigger one and a smaller one. I recommend for most people you just get the smaller one, but if you are traveling with a MacBook and you're away from power outlets a lot, get the bigger one. Or just get both. This way you got a smaller one and a bigger one to go and use. All right, that's it for this quick little look at the Anker Power Prime. Both of these is 27,000 and a 20,000 milliamp hours, and along with the whole kit with the dock right here. Thanks for watching. Please give us a like, subscribe for more, and catch you next one. Thanks for watching.